Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun recaps, reviews, and discussions. All of our favorite hit shows. This video, we are talking Love and Marriage DC. I decided to save it for Sunday because I got really tired last night and I had to get up early for church today. Trying not to be a bedside Baptist anymore, trying to actually go to church. And I know it's going to have to go a little earlier today, so I decided, let me just save Love and Marriage DC for today. Give y'all all my energy. Hopefully y'all liking this look. Still got my church look on. So I said I might as well save it for the video, right? Before we get into it, click that like button, click that subscribe, share, comment. Y'all know I love to read y'all's comments. So like I said, we're doing Love and Marriage DC. This is season 1, episode 5, I believe we're on. And the title of the episode was, Did I Do That? Like Steve Urkel used to say back in the 90s. I used to love me some Family Matters growing up, y'all. That was my show, okay? So anyway, I always had to tune into CGIS Fridays for Family Matters. But anyway, let's get into the episode. So the episode starts off where we left off last week with Monique and Chris fussing and fighting again, y'all. I'm so sick of them two and they fussing and fighting. Okay, Monique, you're turning us off, girl. Anyway, so the producers was talking to them, trying to mediate. The female producer talking to Monique, talking about, she's shutting down, and the male producer talking to Chris, and Chris was like, oh, they still got the camera on me. He seemed like he was tired of it all. The producer was saying, we need you to open up about how you're feeling because we're just getting Monique's side and all this stuff. So they do their therapy work that they ain't getting paid to do for the producer job. So anyway, eventually Chris, comes over there. He asks, can he sit down on his bed? And so Monique was like, sure. And she's like, I wouldn't get this mad and passionate if I didn't care. I feel like, you give me pieces of you and I just want more, and I wouldn't get this mad if I didn't care. I want us to do better, I want us to grow, I want us to get better. And so she started breaking down crying, and then he was like, I guess could really see the hurt in her eyes this time, and he kind of scooped her up into his bell arms, y'all. And so he's like, Moni, I get it. I'm sorry. As a man, we just think that we supposed to provide. And, I do a little bit here and there for the kids. And I'm here. And I ain't out there in the streets. I ain't doing this or that. And that's what we supposed to do. But I realize that it's going to take more. And I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to do what you asking me to do. I feel like, it's time. Like, he's really under pressure to do this. So then Monique was like, well, you're not supposed to, I don't want you to compare yourself to what other people out there doing. He's like, no, that's what I'm saying. He's saying that's how men think. And that is very, very true. That is so, so true, y'all. Men really think, okay, that all they need to do is provide, help the kids a little bit, be there. They don't think about the emotional needs and support that are required in a relationship, especially with a woman. Men do not think like that. And Chris was giving Monique really good knowledge there. Like, she definitely needs to be a little more patient with him. I get it. She's been waiting on this for 10 years. I wonder how the beginning was, because you kind of knew he was like this, especially as a football player. I'm just saying, but I get what Monique is asking for, but I also get what Chris is saying. That is exactly how men are set up, okay? That is exactly how men are set up, okay? They do not know how to go beyond being a provider sometimes, and that's just what it is. That's just kind of how they're programmed. Maybe it's fortunate, unfortunate, I don't know. So anyway, they hug it out. She was like, and he's like, I hope you're still here with me. I hope it's not too late. And she's like, no, it's not too late. I'm still here with you. She's like, I would have left you a long time ago. I would have stayed in Tanzania. And he was like, I would have been right there with you. And they laughed it off, hugged it up, kissed it up. And they'll probably be fussing and fighting again in the next couple episodes. But anyway, good to see them have a good laugh and a good moment finally. So anyway, moving on down, we get to, I believe the next scene we got to was Winter and Monique go out. I'm gonna try to go in order, y'all, but I might get out of order, but this was a really good episode. So anyway, Winter and Monique go down to meet up for lunch or whatever they meeting up for. Anyway, Winter was like, oh my God, you're the president, you are here, girl. You back from Africa, how was it? And she's saying, like, I know, Monique could be a little hard on Chris. She's like, because she's asking her, how were you and Chris? How did you guys bond, rekindle during the trip? And Monique, even Winter was saying in her confessional that she knows that Monique could be a little hard on Chris, and she just wants her to kind of breathe and get her foot off his back a little bit. I don't know if she used those words. Basically, even Winter saying Monique is being a little too hard on Chris at times. And so if even Winter is saying that and we're all saying that, then that's what it is. Sorry, Monique. So anyway, Winter was like, I hung out with Ashley and Arena. I'm trying to, those are your friends. So I'm trying to, get to know your friends. And so then Winter does an impression of Ashley saying, oh my God, you want to talk about Kevin and Scammer? And frankly, I was just bored. And so Monique was like, who said that? And then Winter was like, Ashley. She said that. And then Monique was saying something about Ashley said that she used to be a mean girl in the past, but she's not a mean girl no more. So anyway, then we get Winter was saying that, and then she thinks that Irena has a problem with her because Irena asked Winter when they met at one-on-one, do you think you and Ashley, resolved everything? So she feels like Irena has a problem with her now, and she feels like Irena plays both sides. Then Winter went on to say that, she told Ashley and Irena that, she hears different things in the street about they men and, how does that make them feel? And if they not bothered with it, that's okay. And so then Monique was saying something like, well, maybe they're thinking you could want they man, like they don't want you to take they man. And Winter said, no, thank you. She don't want DJ fun size. He don't meet her height requirement. And she said she don't want a man falling asleep at the wheel, not answering his phone, because that's what Irena said about Jamie. So Winter's just going on and on, embellishing this lunch or dinner she had with Ashley and Irena and Tasha last week. And my thing is, Winter, you're not relaying this conversation correctly. Winter, you pretty much are lying. You are definitely embellishing. You're putting 20 on 10. Because I don't know how Irena asking you how you and Ashley are means that Irena has a problem with you. Like, am I missing something? Because Winter is not retelling this right. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if y'all think Winter's retelling this story right, because it's all wrong. Like, she was just going on, and you could tell Winter is ready to throw some shade at these girls because she is embarrassed because they got on her neck, well, mainly Ashley got on her neck about that Kevin situation, and she don't want to take no accountability. So she's ready to throw all the shade that she can at them, and it's like, girl, no, no. So, yeah, Winter, we don't see it for you. We do not see it for you, girl. So she's just telling Monique about, I don't even know if she used the word ambushed in this scene, because Monique uses it later on. We're going to get to that. So anyway, basically Winter feels like, the girls were, ambushing her, and she not getting along with them. And she talking drunk about their husband, and she heard things in the streets about DJ Quick and Jamie, and Irena was talking about infidelity, and she noted that Jamie has cheated on her and all this stuff. So anyway, Monique is very surprised. Monique won't get to the bottom of it. Okay, so then we get to a scene with Irena's oldest daughter, Brittany. She calls Jamie over because, Jamie's pretty, because even though it's her stepdad, it's the only dad she knows really. She calls him over to put a nightstand together for her. And so she said that she doesn't have any tools. She just uses a nightstand she doesn't really need him to put it together. Like, she could probably get it together herself, but she just used it as a way to get him over there to talk to him about the other night, the dinner they had, where Jayson was explaining he didn't want to go to the DJ school. He wanted to do the Doors program and work for Apple, and Jamie was not hearing it. So anyway, Jamie in his confessional said it's always good to go hang out with Brittany, the oldest. He said he doesn't mind, catching up with her, but he got a lot of his own things going on. And I'm just thinking, why would you say that, Jamie? Like, Jamie, I think, is a good man and a good dad and a good husband at heart. He definitely has his flaws, and we've seen those with his interactions with Irena and his kids. But, like, he's always seeming like, even the later scene at the house with Irena, he's like, oh, I was going through this and that. Like, okay, we all going through something, Jamie. Like, don't do your family like that. I don't know. Maybe he kind of takes them for granted, maybe. I don't know. I just didn't like how he said that. Like, oh, I got my own stuff to do, but let me go help her. Like, okay, sorry to bother you. So anyway, then, she brings up the dinner. She was like, I know you didn't like what Jayson had to say, and you need to be more receptive. It's not always your way or the highway. And so Jamie seemed to receive what she said, and Brittany said in her confessional that they're not the ones that need to change. Their dad is the one that needs to change, and he could be, very hard. He could be, wanting the kids to do everything the way he says to do it, and he's got to let them figure it out for themselves. And so Jamie, I believe, does want the best for his children ultimately. He just might be going about it in the wrong way. So anyway, that was a nice scene. And they didn't get, he said he couldn't put the nightstand together. She said he wasn't handy. I could tell Jamie couldn't put that nightstand together when he got there, but he put on his reading glasses and pretended like he was going to do something. That was cute. So anyway, moving on. Then we saw Jayson and the whole Tyler family. They went to Jayson's school for the blind that he used to attend, I guess. And so they were going to play this game called Goalball, which is a Paralympic game. And that scene really was special to me because, like I've told you guys before, I teach severely handicapped kids. Plus, I have my own visual impairment. So I think we've touched on that game before in my classroom and different little lessons we've done. So it was really cool to see them playing it, and especially to see a Black family playing it was just awesome and everything to me. I would love to play Goalball. It looks like a fun game. And so all the family had to put these blinders on and play. So I guess, they can get the experience of being blind. And so little Jamie said he really was happy to experience that day and step into his world and be able to feel what Jayson feels. And so also that scene reminded me of like a workshop I did back in college where I had people have different disabilities. Like, you had to wear earplugs or tie a hand behind the back, or they couldn't speak or be blindfolded, or they couldn't get up and they had to be able to complete a task. So that's what that experience reminded me of. So I really, like I said, resonated with that. So anyway, enough about me. So then the family was playing, I believe Jayson and one of the guys that worked there and Irena were all on the same team, and everybody else was on the other team. The grandma was cheering. You have to be really quiet during the game to hear the ball, because I guess there's like a bell in the ball. And so Jayson's team won. Jayson said he don't play about that goal ball. He said, come see about him. He'll destroy you, okay? So anyway, after they won, then Jayson and Jamie had a heart-to-heart, and Jamie said, I know, I was kind of hard on the other night, and I just want you to do your best. And so he said, Jamie basically let Jayson know, I heard you, and it's all good. So then the whole family came back over there, and Irena had the letter from Doors, and congratulations to Jayson. He got into the Doors program, and, everyone's really excited for him. They're proud of him. He did a celebratory dance, and Jayson lets us know in his confessional that he's finally, he's so happy to finally have gotten accepted to the school, and he gets to get out the house. He's to get employed, make money, get friends, and hopefully get some girls. I love how you always say you're going to get some girls. So I'm so happy and proud of Jayson. If you ever get to listen to any of my videos, especially this one, Jayson, know that I, at the Brandy Yvonne channel, am rooting for you. I understand your visual impairment. Your disability is much more severe than mine, but I get it. I'm rooting for you. You got this. Nothing's going to stop you, okay? Brittany said in her confessional she feels like the family tends to baby Jayson, but Jayson is a rock star, and she's completely right about that. The sky is the limit for Jayson. Shout out to Jayson Tyler. So anyway, moving on along. Then we get to the scene where it all went down. So Ashley and her partner, I believe Brittany was the name, they had a podcast. I believe it's called Fine Time Moms. So anyway, they had an event at a selfie museum. I guess it's in the mall in the DC area. The selfie museum looked really cool, actually. I didn't even know they had that. So she had an event for all her podcast listeners there, and they're all taking their pictures. Irena came in her cute red velvet jumpsuit. She looked really pretty. Monique came as well. And so they're all taking pictures and all that. And then Monique talks to Irena and Ashley. And she's saying that, I met up with Winter, and Winter said she felt ambushed by you guys. And they're like, ambushed? Like, girl, what? And they like, what? what? So Monique was like, oh yeah, they sitting there looking like Ice Cube and Chris Tucker and Friday, like, what? Dang, you know? And so she was like, yeah, Winter said that, Ashley, you said you were bored with all the Kevin talk. And she's like, and she was like, well, you know, she keeps victim blaming me. And then she said, Irena, you play both sides. And she felt like you had a problem with her. So Irena's looking like, what? And so then, she was like, yeah, she said she brought up the fact that your husband's been cheating and there's been words about them in the street and that you guys said you were okay with it. So Ashley's like, wait, what? Like, she's like, I wouldn't respond to that because that didn't even happen. So they're all like, what did she say? And Irena's like, well, what problem do I have? Or wait, what? So there's just, it's a ball of confusion. So then Monique is like she's lost because she's like, did I relay the information wrong? Like, where did it go wrong? So no, Monique. I mean, maybe Monique did and relayed incorrectly, but Winter relayed it incorrectly. I couldn't even get the dang word out. Winter was sitting up there lying, first of all. So anyway, then they were like, yeah, let's get to the bottom of this. So when Winter comes, so then they're like, yeah, girl, we was just talking about you. And so Monique was like, yeah, so, no, Ashley was like, so what did I say at the dinner? Like, what happened? Because Ashley was ready to get into it. So then Winter was like, yeah, you said, you know, you didn't bring up, you know, my husband infidelity at the dinner. So Winter was like, no, what I said. So Winter was like, already I can see, in her confessional, she was like, already I could see I was coming into some drama because, you know, Ashley was sitting up there already in her line crunched over in her linebacker stance. And Irena was sitting up real tall. I'm like, girl, you was looking for any reason to shade them girls. Any reason. So then, which I get it. I mean, they actually came for her, but I mean, you kind of earned that one, Winter. Sorry. So anyway, I feel like Winter's not going to come back from none of this. She's not going to come back from, like, wrap it up as a wash for Winter this season. Maybe start over with a new image next season, girl, because we don't see it for you this season, Winter. So anyway, Ashley was getting into her like, girl, did you did not bring up my husband and infidelity and none of that at that dinner we were at. So Ashley's like, no, start at the beginning. She said, I apologize to you for, if I made you feel bad about the whole Kevin thing. Did I not? And she's like, yes, you did. And I accepted your apology. She's like, I'll give you that. Ashley's like, you ain't gonna give me a damn thing. And then Ashley said some stuff. She's like, okay. And so then Winter's like, can I say something? She's like, yeah, go ahead. And so then Winter was like, no, what I said was blah, blah, blah. They was fussing and fighting. And y'all know when they fuss and fight too much, I can't decipher all the conversation. But basically, Ashley was like, no, you were lying. She's like, I don't know what's going on that half a head of yours, but you are not, telling the truth. And so then Ashley was getting mad. Excuse me, Ashley was getting mad. She's like, you need to go. So basically, Ashley kicked her out of the event. Okay, long story short, Ashley kicked her out of the event. Something about that, y'all. So anyway, Monique was sitting there looking dumbfounded like a deer in the headlights. Like, did I do that? Did I relay the information wrong? Like, what has happened? And Winter was like, yeah, girl, I think you definitely relayed it wrong. And Ashley was, let me back up, because Ashley was saying, like, you say you felt ambushed. Like, how did we ambush you? And Winter was like, oh, you ambushed me. And so they fussing and fighting. Like I said, Ashley kicked her out the event. Monique said in her confessionals that she never had to be in a situation. She's used to kicking people out of her events. But she never had to walk a friend out because she got kicked out. So Ashley was going off like she was getting real rowdy, Baltimore style. Okay, all up in Winter's face. So she was ready. And so then, Monique walked her out. Brittany came and said, Ashley, girl, we gotta, you need to speak at your event. Girl, we gotta get it popping. So anyway, sorry, y'all. I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And so anyway, Ashley made a speech. She said, I don't remember if this was in the beginning of the event or that moment. But anyway, she gave a speech and she said, she is happy that everyone supported her. And she's not worried. For a long time, she wasn't proud of herself. And now she is proud of herself, and she doesn't care about pleasing people and who likes her anymore. She knows she's not everybody's cup of tea, and she doesn't consider herself a cup of tea anyway. She considers herself a shot of vodka. I said, I know that's right, because I'm a tall glass of brandy with on ice. So anyway, So basically, then Winter and Monique was outside. Raina came. Raina's like, yeah, girl, you need to go. You need to just go because this is just not going to work up in here, all this fussing. And so then Monique was like, dang, I feel bad. Like, I thought I was trying to fix something, but really nothing was really broken. Like, you know, I don't even know what to do at this point. And Winter was like, yeah, girl, you not retelling the story right. But Winter, you did tell the story right from the beginning. Like, I don't even really blame Monique. I feel like Monique was definitely being like a bone carrier in this instance, but I mean, Monique ain't doing nothing else on the show, so she better carry a bone, right? So I feel like it's because Winter relayed the information all wrong. So anyway, and try to make it like those girls was bullying her or doing something to her, and then you want to come back piping back like, Winter, girl, sit down and go put some hair on the other side of your head, girl. So anyway, Irena was like, girl, you need to go. So anyway, then, you know, they finished their event. All right. So let's get down to Jamie and Irena. I hope I didn't miss no scenes. I feel like I'm missing something, but maybe I didn't. So anyway, Jamie and Irena. So Jamie and Irena have this, look like a condemned, abandoned home. They got a real estate business where they, I guess, flip houses or something. They have a couple that's like their business partner. So they go to check on the house. The house looks horrible. Like it needs to be cleaned up. Like they're wondering if squatters are coming in and they're trying not to step on stuff, and it just looks a hot mess. Like it needs renovations, it needs cleaning. It's a hot mess. Already, Irena is irritated with Jamie based on the night before or a couple nights ago because of what happened with them. So we're gonna get to that. So anyway, the other couple is there. They're saying, you know, they could really make some money on this house. Irena is lets it be known she's over Jamie right now. She's not feeling him. He was like, well, I'm gonna go check on the bathrooms. The other couple was over there looking so uncomfortable because they kind of joined Irena and Jamie throwing jabs at each other. So anyway, she's like, yeah, you go do that. She's like, yeah, I was already mad at him, girl. So you know, I'm just not in the mood for him. So then, Irena and Jamie are actually funny to me, y'all. So, I think it's because they've been married so long. You could tell they've been married a long time and been through some stuff. The way they interact, you can tell. So, they got that like, oh, I'm old and tired of being with you and sick of you vibe, but I still gonna love you at the end of the day. And I guess that's how it is with all couples that's been married as long as they have, right? And longer. So, anyway, they said they can, you know, really make some good money off the house. And Irena's like, you know, we gotta be checking on it for the squatters. Irena said her and the girl, they always doing their part. They always doing all the work. They always checking on the house. Like, what y'all gonna do? Jamie said, I'll be in the neighborhood all the time. I can check on the house. I'll be checking on the house. And I'm like, okay, Jamie. So anyway, they decided, you know, they're gonna get the, you know, company in, get started, get things moving with the house. They're gonna keep in touch. So the other couple left. They probably was happy to leave. So anyway, Jamie was like, so, you know, what's that about? Why are you so mad at me? And Raina's like, you know what you did? You were yelling at me. So basically what happened is Irena went to the club where Jamie was working at that night because her best friend was having her birthday party there that night. So it was the same night as Ashley's event. So already Irena was stressed out and tired from dealing with Ashley and Winter fussing and fighting. So then when she got to Jamie's event and Jamie came, she called him and said, I'm outside. He came outside with a glass of liquor in his hand. And so he said, okay, get out, I'm gonna park the car. So I guess she moved the car up more so she wouldn't have to walk as far. And then he started fussing and fighting and yelling at her outside. So then she could see people outside looking. And so then she got embarrassed and then she just got back in the car and let them went home. And so she started crying and she was saying, that was my best friend's birthday party. And you caused me to miss it. And already I was stressed out from Winter and Ashley fussing and fighting. And now you caused me to miss my best friend's birthday. And she was having her event at your place. And I don't even know why you had to yell at me. And so then she was all in her tears. Jamie was just sitting there like, And so then he was like, first of all, you're not going to blame me for missing your friend's event, what you're not going to do. So that was the reason why you was late. You shouldn't have double booked yourself. And then she was like, I'm not blaming you. I'm just letting you know what I was going through. And so then he was like, well, I had a lot going on too because of the tables and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. See, there you go again, Jamie. Always talking about what you had going on. Nobody cares. So then, he was like, well, that's not my fault you missed your friend's party. Like, and she was like, every time you mad about something like this house, stuff at work, all that, you get mad and you take it out on me and you yell at me. So then they're talking about, this is the confessional, by the way. And he's like, well, if you know I'm going to have a temper, get upset, then you need to just do things the way I say it. Oh, not do things the way you say it, Jamie. Like, who are you? Like, I get that's your wife, but she ain't got to do everything the way you say it. Especially if she is not feeling comfortable and safe to, like, no. Like, oh, I'm gonna do what Master say so he don't yell at me. No. That's not how it works here, sir. So I didn't like how he said that. I also feel like, no, it's not Jamie's fault that she missed her best friend's event. Like, yeah, maybe, girl, you should have just left Ashley and them fussing and went to be with your best friend, or not even went to Ashley's event because your best friend trumps that. Like, that's not on Jamie. I said I felt they both need to take some accountability, okay? And then Jamie gonna tweet me back saying thank you. I said, oh, no. I stand with Arena. But I'm glad, you apologize, and I love the family. Because I didn't want him thinking that, we totally supporting his shenanigans either, okay? But they both did need to take some accountability in that moment, in my opinion. So anyway, y'all drop that in the comments to let me know what y'all thought about that whole Jamie and Arena Tyler episode, or fight situation they had. Well, anyway, he's like, you save all your tears. I'm not buying all into all the tears. I was like, dang, Jamie. And so he was kind of being rough on her, but like, I get it's not his fault that she missed her best friend's thing. And so then she was explaining what happened with Winter and Ashley, and how Winter was trying to say that, she heard rumors about Quick and Jamie in the streets and them cheating and all that. And Jamie's like, what? She don't even know me. Like, what's going on? And he was like, oh, so that's why you was upset and all this stuff. And she was like, yeah. And then he was like, all right, what, you want to take you to dinner tonight? And she was like, yeah. And then they basically made up, kissed it out, and it was all good. And Irena said in her confessional they could fight and fuss and then go out to dinner, be like, come on, and they move on quickly from it. They don't hold on to it. And so, like I said, even though I get mad at how Jamie is, I can see that he loves his wife. His wife loves him. I wish he would handle things differently. However, they've been married a long time. Seems like they fuss and fight and make up all the time. All the time. They ride or die. Irena did say she left him at one point. And I can feel she was really hurt in that moment. And she must have felt really embarrassed if she just left. And then she had to explain to her friend why she didn't come into the event. She was like, there's people outside looking and yelling. They wonder who he at, and they gonna figure out it's me and your wife. And so he's like, oh, there's 2-3 people out there. I'm like, it don't matter. Like, you shouldn't have yelled at your wife, sir. You should not have yelled at your wife. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think of the episode. That was pretty much where it ended. All right, we will see y'all again here soon. I'm gonna try to get P-Valley done today, and I'll do a quick review of episode 1 when I do episode 2. All right, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.